Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Oh, after all said and done, are we still having fun? How you going? Fred, I am Kai. Deb, out to lunch. Dan Markle Sr. Kevin, how you going? Shannon, how you going? I did see a comment that made me laugh from Shannon. Hey Simone, how you going? Faith, how you going? Alex, how you going? Okay, it was Shannon who said, well, I guess I should do the dishes while Hev screws up the intro. Whoops, it's actually working. So can you hear me as well? Hey Sherry, how you going? Luna, how you going? Carl, how you going? Dennis Beers, how you going? And Susie, oh, have I said Susie? Oh, well, how you going anyway? Okay, Luna, how you going? You can hear me singing along, good stuff. Okay, I'll update on the chickens shortly. We might have a shorter stream. I have built the chicken coop. I was out for 8 hours yesterday building a chicken cage. 8 hours. I'm sure a man could have done it in like 3, but it took me 8. So anyway, let's get into the news. We'll talk about that in a minute. The opinionated black woman, Auntie, said Pfizer officials at a Senate hearing in Australia say their employees were given a special batch of the thing, not the one that was rolled out to the public. Let's have a little listen.
Read that your vaccine mandate was using your own batch of vaccine especially imported for Pfizer, which was not tested by the TGA. Is that correct?
Senator, so Pfizer undertook to import a batch of vaccine specifically for the employee vaccination program.
Read that...
Ah, very interesting. So I didn't get the same ones. I think a lot of them were saline, to be honest, I hope. Brandon Gill said, who are our economic policy makers really looking out for when the Fed drives up inflation by printing trillions of dollars out of thin air? We aren't all impacted equally. If you're on top of the economic ladder, a large portion of your net worth likely consists of income-producing assets, whose values increase with inflation. A rising cost of living is easily offset by higher asset values and corresponding rents and dividends. If you're near the bottom, you probably spend most of your income on living expenses, which become more unaffordable by the day. Higher asset values don't mean anything to you because you own very few assets to begin with. Your costs go up with no corresponding increase in income or net worth. In other words, the last few decades' worth of ultra-inflationary financial policies benefit large, wealthy asset holders and hurt the working class. We can see this when credit-induced financial bubbles pop, like the early 2000s dot-com bubble or the housing crisis of 2008, where a lot of people lost their pensions and their houses. During those times, the relative share of the middle class net worth increases, but that's the only time. During normal inflationary periods, the rich are getting richer and the middle class is being squeezed. The result, greater economic inequality and less economic mobility. The trend is clear and it's absolutely unsustainable. So ask yourself again, who are our financial leaders really looking out for? Because, yeah, this is where it is now. Way down here compared to way up there. Before the bubbles pop. The everything bubble. Oh dear. It is the everything bubble. This time it's going to be a big pop. But, look, I'm not into fear-mongering. I know this is all planned, so just bear with it, okay? No matter what happens, bear with it. The Free Speech Union said, in today's society, you need a bank account to function. And so a threat to be debanked is a threat to your right to express your opinions. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt has asked the FCA to investigate the extent of politically motivated debanking in the UK. I believe that's got to do with Farage. What's his name? DC Drano said this is disqualifying. If you think Biden got the most votes in US history, you're an actual clown. DeSantis dismisses Trump 2020 election theories as false. So we're seeing Governor DeSantis. He's a good governor, but I don't even know about that anymore. Because he's showing his true colours, and his true colours are the deep state. After long hedging, the Florida governor went further than he has before in acknowledging that it was not taken. We know it was. Most people know it was. If you haven't, go see 2,000 Mules, you'll find out. James Woods said these magnificent animal... Oh, this is what I left a comment in the beginning of the stream, where I'm going to be singing, okay? But I hate this. I hate what they're doing here. Okay, you know Run with the Bulls? I don't like it. Okay, these magnificent animals are teased, provoked, tortured, and then murdered for amusement by some ninny-wearing embroidered pedal pushers. Glad to see one enjoying a little payback. Okay, hang on a sec. It's got music in it, so I can't exactly play it, but... Oh, okay. It's finally... Look, I'm happier to see this than I am with them, with all the things they've got hanging out of them. And I hate that. It's not even a sport, it's just torture for the animals. I was going to sing it, but no, I don't. It's not that kind of video, really. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. That's the music that's playing in the background. But anyway, okay, Just Me said get the jab by 15th of October 2021 or you can lose your house, lose your job, sorry, ran the wrong way, starve, watch your kids starve, live on the streets. Maniacs were blackmailing and bullying jabs into people. Sounds like forced to me because now they're all denying that they forced anyone to do anything.
If you make people choose between feeding their kids and stopping infections, that's not a choice we should make.
Oh, of course, Twitter would do that. It's not a choice we should make. What?
Anyone have to choose like that? Will need to have had at least one dose of a COVID-19.
I get it. So in the beginning he was saying you shouldn't have to choose, and then later on he was saying that you do have to choose because you won't have a job if you don't. And that's what they were all saying. ALX said it was crawling with feds. Capitol Police Chief confirms FBI DHS undercovers in Jan 6 crowd. So there you go. The Capitol Hill Police Chief has told Tucker. Oh dear, as if we needed to know, like we know most of this. Libs of TikTok, non-binary, the alphabet activists demand that we respect her and other non-binary people by stopping to use gender honorifics? Okay.
So there's a conversation that goes around a lot where people who habitually use gendered honorifics like sir or ma'am ask very kindly what a good gender-neutral replacement for that would be. And the most common answer from people like me who don't like gendered words applied to us is learn to drop the honorific, because most of us don't like to be put in that situation in a quick interaction with a stranger. And the asker will protest that they don't feel like they're respecting people without the honorific. Friends, I see you really trying, and I understand that you've been conditioned really hard to use this kind of language. But I have to ask, who is the respect for in this scenario? Because we're telling you, the best way to respect us is to not use an honorific there.
Do you know what? It's not working. They're all going down. It's failing. People are now not doing the, all this woke nonsense. People are starting to call it out and go, no. Maybe Bud Light helped. Gunther Eagleman said, I vote for revenge or war. Trump vows revenge for prosecutorial harassment in 2024. It'll be our turn. Can't wait. Seriously. Tim Heaton said, and those communism can't control are they who openly concede the existence of natural law and immutable reality. Reality angers the communist, which is why they waste vast resources enforcing collective pretending. Not to change reality, but hide it from themselves. James Lindsay, hotter than the fake climate change. The goal of communism is to control everything and use it to produce communism, seizing the means of production. It will therefore control everything it can and destroy everything it can't, including people. So if you're not controllable, that's what would have happened. We know it's all playing out to wake all the normies up, but... Cliff Maloney said news, 90-year-old Democrat senator signs her decision-making power over to her daughter. Yet she's still making decisions as a US senator. Only in DC is this normal. Corrupt. Let's have a look. What's going on here?
Well, the swamp does it again. Dianne Feinstein, the 90-year-old senator from California, just gave her power of attorney to her daughter. Now, look, if you're 90 years old, that's fine. Give it to somebody else if you're not in the mental capacity to make those decisions. But why are you a U.S. senator making decisions for the entire country? Absolutely insane. Mitch McConnell, same exact thing. This isn't just a Democrat problem. These people are so power hungry. Do they not have family or friends or people to sit them down and say, you, hang it up. Time to step aside and let some people that can actually think for themselves run the country. My gosh, the swamp is so
deep. I could finish that for him. So deep. And so corrupt. And anything else bad you can think of. Conspiracy bots said EU authorises Bill Gates to help them block out the sun to help combat climate change. Oh, God. Ah, dear. I'm sure ours are. It's pretty moist here today. And cold. Truthseeker said why incandescent light bulbs are being banned. No, okay, this is something that really gets under my skin, right? I don't like these LED lights. The LED lights on cars at night nearly blind me. You know those blue glowing lights? I don't know what it is, but my eyes cannot handle it. Neither can I. I want the old incandescent light globes back. Because, I'll play this in a minute, but because they're new ones, they say they're energy saving and they last longer, they don't last longer, and they're toxic. At least the incandescent light bulbs, if one did blow up, it wasn't toxic. Okay, anyway, let's have a little look.
So today we're going to talk about the administration's ban on incandescent bulbs and halogen bulbs starting August 1st, 2023. I think this is really important, right? We've had these bulbs since the dawn of time, basically since the 1900s. They're very soothing, they're very relaxing. If you like to read a book, you just turn on a lamp with the incandescent and you can read that book just fine. But these LED bulbs, on the other hand, in which they want to have in every home, can actually cause anxiety and restlessness. They can mess with your melatonin levels inside your brain. They're actually linked to blindness, which is crazy when you get into the studies. They also flicker like crazy, and they also emit microwave radiation. That's what they want to bring into our home. LED bulbs that are emitting microwave radiation. On top of that, when you get really weird, you get into the smart bulbs. The smart bulbs can actually sync up to your phone, sync up to your Alexa, sync up to your stove, to your fridge, to all your devices in which they can use to monitor you. It gets real weird with these bulbs, that's for sure. And there's actually a little hidden clause in which when you buy these new LED smart bulbs that you agree to give all your information to Google, to Microsoft, and all the other corporations as soon as you buy the bulb and install it into your home. So it's important to be aware of this on all these different topics related to LEDs and why you should stock up on incandescents and halogens before August 1st, 2020.
We can't even get them here in Australia anymore. You cannot get, or you'll be lucky if you can get the halogen ones, but you can't get the incandescent light globes anymore for a few years now. They're all those stupid spirally ones and yeah, and they look like light globes.
So today we're going to talk about the administration's...
They're like that one there. So, I don't know. Who do you complain to? I want to know who to complain to because I want to complain. I want to be a Karen. Tristan Eldridge said the climate crisis, like COVID, is the apocalyptic catastrophe that requires constant media saturation or people wouldn't even be vaguely aware that it is happening because the climate changes all the time. It's on cycles. And no, we wouldn't notice it. James Lindsay, hotter than fake climate crisis, there you go, said I'm getting push notification alerts on my phone and laptop telling me it's hotter than usual every few hours. The PSYOP is really peeing me off. You know what we've got now on our weather apps on the phone? They go orange now and then red. Mate, we've had hot weather before, jeez. And Myth Informed said this has been one of the most mild summers in recent recollection, yet climate propaganda's been telling us it's record-shattering heat. The lies are palpable. We've had a mild winter, so maybe some of your heat's coming this way and we're getting a bit of that too. I don't know. But today's cooler. But we had like 17 degrees, 18 degrees Celsius, 19. It was quite nice, actually. Travis said, I've noticed a pattern. Most of these nut jobs are young women. What the hell are they doing to these young women to make them so loco? Dr. Jebra Fouché says, can we open up a dialogue about transmedicalism and white supremacy? Okay, let's have a listen.
Be telling that transmedicalism is so much more prominent in the white queer community, not just because of the way that white supremacy wants to pathologize transness and treat it like a disease that can be cured through these procedures, but also that just the access to that medicine in the first place is highly dependent on income and class. Because, like, statistically, the number of trans people who do want those procedures, who can access them, is higher in the white queer community than in any other group of queer people. Like, Planned Parenthood was the only option that was really accessible at my income level. And I'm not going to give up, but things just got a hell of a lot harder.
Do these TikTokers, like, keep cutting their videos and, like, what's going on here? I hear a lot of cut. And all I hear is, white supremacy! Okay.
Even some of the more accessible telehealth options that have cropped up in recent years that operate on an informed consent model, like Plume and Folks, still cost $100 a month for the rest of my life. And given how transness affects my job opportunity, that's quite a bind. Also, I'd be telling that...
Did you hear the cuts? Cut. Anyway, I'm not even listening anymore. Are you? It's just going completely over my head. And I'm smiling and laughing at it. So there you go. Illuminati bot said they can remotely lock your air conditioner now. Listen to this one.
Tony Tallarico tried to crank up the AC.
I mean, it was
90 out, and it was right during the peak period.
That's when he found out he had no control of his thermostat. A message from Excel on his thermostat saying temperature locked during an energy emergency.
And our thermostat was locked in at 78 or 79.
Turns out he's not alone. Excel confirms to Contact Denver 7, 22,000 customers were locked out of their smart thermostat.
It's got music in it. Okay, they were locked out of their smart homes, smart air conditioners, sorry, because they were, what do you call it? You know, when they have power blackouts and that, they've got to conserve power. That was what it was, conserve power. Sorry, I don't want to get the stream taken down, so I've got to stop the music. Conspiracy Bot said, what's this? Okay, oh, this is another one with music in the background. Okay, hang on. I'm going to read this, okay, if I can keep up.
Now, is this all a coincidence
or something evil going on? There's Trippy Red looking like a demon, or Demi Lovato on a cross with a new album mocking Christ. Oh my God, I can't read it quick enough. But all these symbols and signs in Hollywoods, in upside down crosses, blasphemous lyrics, filled with the devil, his music, and triple what? And Madonna on the cross, mocking God. The baby again on a cross, mocking God. Like Tupac, Kendrick Lamar with the crucifix, mocking God. I should have just done it like this, it would have been easier. Anyway, you get it. A lot of Hollywood and music, the music industry mocks God. It'll be their downfall. ALX said good. Market insiders ditch woke capitalism. 87% say funds focused on tree-hugging social causes will lose money. 2/3 write off ESG, that's what I was trying to think of, as a passing fad. Finally. Where's this happening? Hopefully everywhere. Because Bud Light was only the beginning if they really want to go there. Shannon, I stand with America, said smartest man Joe knows. Crackhead magazine, July 2023, man of the year. Hunter's story, how I sold the US for my dad. In this issue, how to successfully abandon your child, hookers around the world, and you too can buy crack for $20. Sandra Loftus, what's this? In response to, okay, what did Dinesh say first? Smith was forced to make an embarrassing admission to the court. Jack Smith forced to admit to incorrect claim about evidence in Trump classified documents case. Whoops. It's all falling apart on them, guys. Can you see it? I can see it. Terence K. Williams said racist South Africa black party singing kill the boer, whites, kill the white farmer. Okay, I didn't know what this was about the other day when was it the South African leader got overthrown or a coup happened or something? It doesn't look good though. I know Elon's a bit upset, he's South African. Tim Young says Joy Bear claims that everything's going great in the country. The economy is booming, inflation is down, people are having an easier time putting bread on the table. Are you? Why do the fact checkers never fact check the View? Okay, let's have a listen to what this rubbish.
The economy is booming. Yeah. Inflation is down. The stock market is doing well. People are having an easier time putting bread on the table, etc. He doesn't seem to be getting the credit for that. Only 41% approval. Is it because they think he's old? Because I don't see anything else they can point to with him particularly. The economy.
She's delusional. She really is. Joy Bayer's delusional. It might be all right for her to put food on the table, but everyone else? Yeah, stuff everyone else. Elon Musk, okay, said the New York Times actually has the nerve to support calls for genocide. If ever there was a time to cancel that publication, it's now. You can read their articles for free anyway using removepaywall.com. New York Times, Kill the Boer song fuels backlash in South Africa and US. Right-wing commentators claim that an old anti-apartheid chant is a call to anti-white violence. But historians and the left-wing politician who embraces it say it should not be taken literally. Really? How else do you take it? Okay. Inner City Press said it's on. SBF Sam Bankman-Fried. Bond hearing August 11th. Docs still sealed. Bond hearing as to Samuel Bankman-Fried. Bond hearing set for the 11th of the 8th, 2023, at 2 p.m. in courtroom 21B, 500 Pearl Street, New York, before Judge Lewis A. Kaplan. Will Lawrence tribe be in attendance? Inner City Press, again, in response to themselves, said Sam still stealing. Bankman-Fried bought LBRY tribe memo. Now the US says he planted Ellison's Google Docs in New York Times, but they're still sealed. New York T? I don't know, anyway. That normally stands for New York Times. But they're still sealed, challenging pending Inner City Press story. What's going on? On August the 3rd, the US replied about SBF planting the documents and stories in the NYT without addressing they are still sealed. Letter here. Wow. So he's released sealed documents to the New York Times. Is that right? Is that what we're getting from that? I think it is. iPod, the official 76. Haven't seen him for a while. If he stole that thing, they're about to have beef. I hear this thief has been put on the lam for some time now. Makes me so mad I could spit. He's trying to steal a spit roast. Looks like a kebab shop. You know the ones that have the kebab shop and they just trim the meat off and... Well done, guys. Well, that one ended peacefully. But that you get now why he was saying they were about to have some beef, and he's been on the lam for some time now. It makes me so sad so mad I could spit. Okay, oh God. Justin Trudeau, while inflation's going down, grocery prices remain stubbornly high. With our new grocery rebate, we're delivering targeted relief to the Canadians who need it most. And payments are still going out today, mate. This is why I shared this one. I like this one, this fact check. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. In order to qualify, your household income must be $38,000 or less, and individuals $32,000 or less. Currently, the average minimum wage worker in Canada, $15.50 an hour, would be making too much to qualify. I'm going to rate this one. Easy to understand, addresses the claim, provides important context. Yep, submit. Oh dear. I'm not gonna like his I'm not gonna like his post though, okay? But I rated the thing. Yeah, because sometimes I accidentally hit like, just so I'm like, it's like an acknowledgement of the tweet. But yeah, I'm trying not to do it on people like Justin Trudeau. Okay, the Daily Signal said Pfizer wants to make sure hospitals are alphabet affirming because Pfizer makes the cross-sex hormones and puberty blockers prescribed to gender dysphoric minors. Yeah, I think we knew that. Gunther Eagleman said, for some of you, this may be hard to hear, but Ron DeSantis is just as disloyal as Mike Pence. He is. Seriously. Black and missing FDN. I did this because of that last lady who faked her disappearance, okay? 30-year-old mother of four, Amani Robertson, out of Rockdale, GA, is still missing and her family pleads for help regarding her disappearance. Authorities found her vehicle in South Fulton County, burned. Anyone, if you've seen this lady, contact Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, please. Mother of four hasn't been seen or heard from since Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Unknown disappearance. Her car's been found, burnt out. Okay. Lois McLatchy Miller Remarkable to rewatch this interaction now Adam's been charged. The officer asks if he's praying and then informs him he's doing so in a safe zone and has to leave praying. The implication here, prayer is unsafe, a bizarre inference on the streets of a democratic Britain. Breaking, Army vet fined for silent prayer for his late son in PSPO zone near abortion facility in Bournemouth. Bournemouth? I'm sorry for your loss, but ultimately we have to go along with the guidelines of the PSPO. Ask the Home Secretary to protect free thought. So this guy was praying and got harassed by police and told to move on. And he's in a safe space. That's no good. Okay, when's the UK going to turn off their ESG, social credit system scoring thing? Okay, Pomp. Okay, said, dear young people, don't become a pessimist. It's a guaranteed way to limit your career and relegate you to a life of unhappiness. Don't tear things down. Go build things of value. Optimists control the future. Be optimistic. Love, Pomp. That used to be the way. You build the things up, you don't tear everything down. Okay, Peter Schiff, not to be confused with Adam Schiff, a sitting president who himself likely committed multiple felonies, has indicted a former president and his chief political rival on trumped-up charges. This type of corruption is expected in banana republics, but who would have believed it was possible in the good old US of A? I do agree with what he said. Whether he's a good or bad guy, I don't know, but I don't know. I looked at the name Schiff and then went, no, it's not Adam Schiff, so... Alexandria Marshall said teachers 100 years ago gave kids a better education with a stick of chalk and a blackboard than the modern education system with tens of billions thrown at it every year. The more money we throw at education, the worse it gets. Look, the more money you throw at anything, the worse it gets. Seriously? At all these government bureaucratic agencies, the more money you throw at them, and it seems the more technically advanced they are, the worse off it is for the kids. Jim Ferguson said Bill Gates caught telling the world leaders it's time for death panels to reduce global population. Have you ever noticed that the elites never volunteer to off themselves? Strange, isn't it? Bill Gates should be first. Yep, after Klaus and Bill and the rest of them, Fauci and all them, they can go first. And volunteer their families as well. Bill Gates, Schwab, I'd love to catch up and discuss the population problem we talked about the other day. I've made some inquiries about the death panels with various heads of state and have some ideas on how to get media on board with this rather unsavoury idea. Are they leaking, is it now leaked messages? Are we getting them? Kanoka the Great said Al Sharpton shocked by Congressman's claim the United States is a republic, not a democracy. Okay?
Hey, Al, just a reminder, this isn't a democracy, it's a republic. And we're reflective of the people that we represent.
Oh, this is not a democracy.
It's a republic, Al. Look at the Constitution. We're reflecting the people of the 9th District. And again, I just want to make one thing very clear, and I enjoy having this conversation with you.
He didn't know what to say. I believe Al Sharpton sold out a long time ago. I'm a Black Patriot said collecting his check. Chris Christie, Republican hopeful, makes surprise Ukraine visit. Chris Christie, Republican hopeful, goes to Ukraine. What's he doing over there? We know the only people that go over there are going over there to receive a payment or give a payment or something. Wash that money. The Gateway pundit said revealed Energy Secretary Granholm secretly consulted with CCP energy officials before Biden released oil from reserves. Why? Was she asking for permission? Because we know CCP runs Biden. China's Communist Party owns Joe Biden because of his son Hunter's business dealings. Not one broker on this planet was able to squeeze a penny from the Bank of China, however. Hunter Biden, a crackhead with no discernible skills, was able to secure a $1.2 million infusion from the Bank of China. Hunter's investment firm, Rosemont Seneca, previously secured a joint venture with the Bank of China called BHR Partners. Emails from Hunter's laptop from hell named Joe Biden in an oil deal with China in 2017. Then Biden sold the US's oil reserve to a hunter-connected Chinese company. Joe Biden is beholden to the CCP, so he had to consult their energy officials before making decisions that impact American citizens. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm secretly consulted with CCP energy officials before Joe Biden released barrels of oil from the US Strategic Petroleum Reserve in 2021. Biden depleted the SPR to help China. Wow. Secretary Granholm's multiple closed-door meetings with a CCP-connected energy official raised serious question about the level of Chinese influence on the Biden administration's energy agenda. It has everything to do with it. The Department of Energy, DOE, downplayed the Biden regime's consultation with CCP officials and said the meeting was part of the agency's effort to combat climate change. Explains it all. Solving the climate crisis means engaging with competitors and allies in clear and substantive discussions, especially among the nations emitting the most carbon pollution into the atmosphere. Where? China? India? Anyone? Bueller? A DOE Spock told Fox News, we must all address the transnational challenge of climate change to our planet. Or send all the protesters over to China and India, right? Let them deal with it. And these people too, they can go over there and stay there too. Energy Secretary Jennifer, again, engaged in multiple conversations with the Chinese government's top energy official days before the Biden administration announced it would tap the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Okay, I don't think we need to know more. I think we know China's running Joe, and looks like the energy sector as well. Okay, conspiracy bots said the war on drugs is a total hoax. So is the war on terror. So, look, the war on anything produces more of that thing, okay? The war on terror produced more terror. The war on drugs produced more drugs. Okay, anyway, it's a hoax. The US military admitted to guarding and assisting the lucrative opium trade in Afghanistan. I remember years ago watching the videos of them guarding the poppy fields. Soldiers, US soldiers. Probably Australian soldiers too, God knows. Nick Adams, alpha male, said huge judge rules Donald Trump has presidential immunity. I'm a Black Patriot said equity higher. RNC Research said Kamala Harris. Should I just let you hear what she's saying? It's expensive when all your tyres, when you lose your tyres ended up being flat because of those roads and bridges. Oh my God, I can't do it. Let her do it.
People are tired of being required to travel over potholes and bridges that are breaking down, and it's expensive when all your tires, when you lose your tires ended up being flat because of those roads and bridges. People are tired of being required to.
Well, with all the money the government gets, can't they fix the roads? It's easy. If you weren't so corrupt, the roads would be fine. By the way, everything they're stealing, all the money they're stealing from the American people and the Australian people and the UK people, right? It's all going to come back. Because once they do get charged, which I do believe is going to happen, once they do, all that money gets confiscated back to the countries it belongs to, and things will be fixed, and the people of these countries are going to be richer. iPod, the official 76, said, what's this? IT, it sees you, Ashley. Oh, I wonder who this is. Do you remember when I was questioning the shooting of Ashley Babbitt, right? I don't know if it is or not, right? You make up your own mind. Because normally you'd have splatter, right? And it didn't. What happened was she fell over and then it started oozing out, right? If you watch the footage, and I questioned it in the beginning, I felt bad for questioning it too, mind you. So, is that what we're seeing here? The people who think are dead are alive? You're watching a movie, is that right? Truth Ninja said nothing to see here. Special Counsel Jack Smith's wife, Katie Shavini, donated to the campaigns of Joe Biden and Rashida Tlaib. Trump never had a chance. Is that $150? Anyway, still. I meme, therefore I am, said today Tafari Campbell would have made a cake for Obama's birthday, but someone took him paddleboarding instead. I would volunteer to make a cake, but even being a good swimmer, I don't want to drown in 4 feet of water. That poor man. Hopefully he's one of the ones still alive too. Maybe he's testifying. Dr. Russell McGregor said attorney reveals the exculpatory evidence Jack Smith possesses that exonerates President Trump. What do you know? Let's have a look. It turns out the special counsel Jack Smith either failed to review evidence that exonerates President Trump and Mayor Rudy Giuliani, or he ignored the findings altogether. Tim Parlator, the attorney for former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik, told CBS News that Smith's office has within thousands of pages of records turned over by Kerik that it contains exculpatory evidence. The exact reason why Smith has not disclosed this critical information remains unclear, because they're trying to distract from Joe Biden's corruption. Like I said the other day in the last live stream, I was reading this chart that every time Biden does something, they go after Trump, right? The day after. And it keeps going. That's what we're seeing here. Obviously, this Jack Smith guy has a lot to hide. I think he's going to be exposed soon. Okay, Michael Malice said, I've been getting requests for months to have Destiny as a guest, the omniliberal. He joins me on You're Welcome this week to discuss America's increasing polarization, why political discussions are often frustrating, and much more. If you've seen this guy, like, seriously? Word salad. That's what he thinks if he talks loud enough and fast enough and keeps talking, that people believe he's making sense, and some people do. To me, it's all word salad, and he actually let his missus go sleep with another man. For money. A lot of money, apparently. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Like, seriously, I would never. I don't know about you, but no amount of money in the world could make you sleep with someone other than the person you love. That's if they're in love at all. Machiavelli said, try that in a small town. News, racist and inciting violence. Kill the white farmer. News, just a song, don't take it literally. Funny that. Oh dear. And that's the new Elon Musk again saying they're calling for genocide. What is this one? Libs of TikTok. Diet culture is rooted in white supremacy and black people are food insecure because of a systematic racism. Why is it all white people telling us this? Okay, let's have a listen.
So this whole idea that bland food is good for you is absolutely 1000% diet culture and not actual nutrition information or research, because the actual dietary guidelines for Americans and the actual nutrition research shows that when people eat their cultural foods, it tends to be a lot better for them than when they eat, like, white people food. And that's because traditional diets tend to be high in whole grains, high in lean proteins, high in fruits and vegetables, low in saturated fats, low in added sugars, and low in sodium. They tend to be flavored with a lot of herbs and spices, and they tend to be made from whole foods, and they just, in general, tend to be better for you. We also know that systemic racism is the reason that people of color tend to be more food insecure than white people. We're working on fixing those systems. So this whole idea that bland food is good for you is...
Well, some of it is, alright, but I'm pretty sure that meat and vegetables are alright for you. And that's not racism. It's when you start buying a lot of takeaway food. That's not racism either, it's just buying takeaway food. White people do it, black people do it, everybody does. Well, I don't anymore. I used to get takeaway every now and then, but not anymore. But it's not racist. And actually, if you want good proteins and good fats, actually, that help you lose weight, eat the fat off the meat. What do you think? I don't know what it's like where you are, but here in Australia, they're starting to cut all the rind off the bacon and the fat, and they're doing it on lamb chops as well. The little lamb cutlets, right? That meat and that fat is very, very healthy, okay? Severely healthy, I'm telling you. We need it. Scott Horton said, I've always hated Trump. Oh, He was a horrible president and would be a horrible president again. He'd probably make Benjamin Netanyahu PM of the Senate, give Israel, Florida and H-bombs, but still, I hate liberals so much that I'm considering supporting him for revenge purposes anyway. Oh, good on you, mate. That's probably the best thing everyone can do right now, is show them. Truth Ninja said, like most young white Yale graduates, Jack Smith's wife is fluent in Chinese. There you go. Says a lot, doesn't it? I was just asking what he had to hide. And his missus is fluent in Chinese. Herbert Mark USA said progress means leftist dialectic. We means just us. Protect means steal. Our democracy means totalitarian power. Showing up means agitating and activism to advance the dialectic. Okay? Okay. Because Barack Obama here said, this is real progress, but in order to protect our democracy, we need to keep showing up. I hope you'll support all on the line and redistrict FDN's important work here. They're on a mission to end gerrymandering, restore fairness to their democracy. You know, when they talk about our democracy, they don't mean ours. They mean them. My phone's making funny noises. James Lindsay, hotter than the fake climate. Yep, thing is online is fake. Okay, look at this now. Shoo, the world of AI models is here. It's so over for women, we simply cannot compete. These are your new online models, AI generated, right? Not real people. Of course she looks amazing. She's not real, you dimwits. Okay. And people wonder where, like, these fake ideals of being a woman come from. It makes me wonder if a lot of these Hollywood people are AI generated. I even think Joe Biden might be AI generated sometimes. Kanoka the Great replying to Jack Posobiec, who said, look at all these bots. Beep, 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 boop, boop. We're winning. Because, you know, the left calls Trump supporters Russian bots. Look at all the bots. Wow, there's a lot of bots there. And Kanoka the Great said, Russian bots everywhere. Madam Schiff, with the big eyes. Are they in the room with you now, Adam? I think they're in the room with him all the time. Bro said, this is one of many reasons why you should vote no to the disastrous voice parliament in our constitution. WA was a test case and it failed effing miserable. A West Australian breaking the controversial overhaul of WA's Aboriginal heritage laws would be scrapped completely in a stunning development just 1 month after the changes come into effect. We're winning, guys. We are winning. Believe me. I see it all round. It's not showing it like full on outwardly in the mainstream media, I'll never tell you, but we are. James Lindsay said, I'm getting push note. Oh, I think it's... No? Yep, I've read that one. Disclosed TV said, new BMJ and other medical journals warn about a great and growing danger of nuclear war in simultaneously published articles. Beware the FF of all FFs, okay? If you don't know what an FF is, where is it? It's a false Australian flag, alright? Just false flag, right? That's what it is. So if they're all saying it at the same time, I would just beware, okay? Just keep your eyes open. No fear, but keep your eyes open. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be intense. Illuminati Bot said, needs someone to talk to? They're listening. The National Security Agency, 301-688-6524. They're always listening. Aren't you? Oh, I'm on stream, so of course, you know. They grab every bit of data they can. Josh Power said something changed today. Not really sure what it is, but you can feel it in the air. The Trump thing seems to be over. It's like a disturbance in the force. You can sense. Anyone else picking it up, or have I had too much coffee? You've had too much coffee, mate. Seriously. It was, oh no. Now I've lost the, there was a good comeback. You're delusional? Oh no, I should have, look, I should have bookmarked the comeback and then gone up to, that's why I bookmark replies and then I go up to what they're responding to. Oh my goodness. Well, that didn't work now, did it? But anyway, you've had too much coffee, mate. He's all for DeSantis, anyway. He thinks DeSantis is going to win. Oh, I can't. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said if President Biden wants Americans to put faith in our democracy, he should debate me. I'd like to see that. He's a lifelong Democrat, and yet they won't debate him. Because that would throw Biden out the window. Jack Pozo said Rudy Giuliani suggests Pence's wife had him by a leash and using the bathroom is the only thing she lets him do alone. Makes sense. Watch the wives, remember? Remember we were told to watch the wives? There's a reason. Mike Williams said, wildly amused, I just received an email from AFRA. That's the board that registers medical and nursing professionals here in Australia. They want to know why I ceased practicing as an RN. I say this falls into the category of don't ask questions you may not like the answers to. I would have answered them, mate. I hope you did. And told them. Okay, Frantic Missy, haven't seen her for a while. Father of Goldman Sachs staffer found in New York City waterway reveals his cause of death. What is it? Did he commit suicide? What is it? Okay, apparently Goldman Sachs senior analyst John Castick, who was found dead Tuesday in New York City Creek weeks after a psychologist's body was found nearby, died from drowning. I bet you there's no water in his lungs, but he still died from drowning. Jeffrey Castick said he spoke to the city's medical examiner, which currently has possession of the 27-year-old's body. The coroner's office has confirmed he drowned. At the moment, we're trying to focus on the positive of his life. He was a bright, charismatic, caring, hard-working young man. Medical examiner is awaiting the results of a toxicology report, but police told Jeffrey Castick they believe his son was impaired by alcohol and possibly drugs, and what happens when it comes back negative. He vanished Saturday morning after leaving a concert at 2:30 a.m. at the Brooklyn Mirage, a large music venue. A passerby spotted his shirtless body at 11 a.m. Tuesday floating in a Newtown Creek, a toxic waterway in a remote area dotted with warehouses and factories. He had his phone and wallet on him. And also, why is it that anywhere that there's factories and that along rivers and creeks, that the creeks are highly polluted? Methinks they're dumping things in there. Okay, he had his phone and wallet on him. Another man, psychologist Carl Clement, 27, also disappeared after leaving concert at the venue and was found dead June 16 in the same creek. His father said he's still awaiting the results of the autopsy and toxicology report, so it'll be a while before we hear anything. Okay. I guess we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Spike said critical race theory is based on a lie. It's just not true that Britain is a racist country. This is a terrible message to send to youngsters. It has no place in our schools, says Rakib Hassan. America's racial politics has no place in Britain's schools. Oh, sorry guys. Something wrong? Possibly. Hello? I'm frozen. Okay. No, it should be good. Sorry? Yeah, I don't know either. Okay. That's okay, I'll see what I can do. Hang on a sec. See, if I flick it over back over the camera, it might be something I've read or doing, or I don't know. Okay. The stream, yeah. Well, go into the comments now and see if this is any better with me just on the screen. See if it was something I was reading. Yep.